Welcome to Before the Council, a reading of the Revere City Council Agenda for the meeting of Monday, November 30th, 2015. There are 18 items on the agenda this week. Coverage begins at 5 p.m. with the Ways and Means Committee, chaired by Councilor Brian M. Arrigo. Also on the committee, Councilor Robert J. Hass Jr., Councilor Arthur F. Guanasso, Councilor Stephen Morabito, Councilor Stephen Reardon, and Councilor Anthony T. Zambuto. They will discuss just one item pursuant to Council Order 15-254. This is a motion presented by Councilor Arrigo that the mayor requests the Director of Finance to address the City Council with an update on the FY16 budget, specifically addressing any new employees that have been hired and any pay raises that have been granted since the FY16 budget was approved by the City Council. Further, that the Director of Finance be requested to appear before the City Council Ways and Means Committee on November 30th, 2015 at 5 p.m. At 6 p.m. we have the Revere City Council meeting, which begins with a salute to the flag, the roll call of members, and the approval of the journals of the meetings held on November 9th and November 16th, 2015. Then it's on to calendar item number 1. This is a public hearing called as ordered upon the establishment of the minimum residential factor for fiscal year 2016. This is pursuant to Council Order 15-255. Calendar item number 2 is a public hearing pursuant to 15-256, hearing called as ordered on an additional bond authorization for the Garfield Elementary School roof repair feasibility study in the amount of $77,000. Calendar item number 3, pursuant to Council Order C-15-12. This is a hearing called as ordered on the special permit application of Wellness Connection of Massachusetts, Incorporated, 44 Railroad Street, Revere, Massachusetts, seeking permission from the Revere City Council to operate a medical marijuana treatment center on Lot A at number 44 Railroad Street in Revere. Calendar item number 4, pursuant to Council Order CZ-15-04. This is a hearing called as ordered on the application of Nadine Service Station Incorporated, 485 Broadway, Revere, Massachusetts, requesting an amendment of the zoning map of the City of Revere as follows. Section 1, Lot 9A, on a certain plan entitled Subdivision Plan of Land in Revere, Massachusetts, dated June 11th, 2015, and recorded in the Suffolk Registry of Deeds in Plan Book 2015, page 457, from the Residential B District to the General Business District. Calendar item number 5, under unfinished business, communication from the Board of Assessors relative to the acceptance of Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 59, Section 5C.5, initial exemption percentage. Calendar item number 6, also unfinished business, pursuant to Council Order 15-256. This is a communication from the Board of Assessors requesting the acceptance of Massachusetts Acts and Resolves, Chapter 73, Section 4, as amended by Chapter 126 of the Acts of 1988 for certain property tax exemptions for those who qualify, and the approval of a 1.63% cost of living adjustment. Calendar item number 7. Unfinished business, pursuant to Council Order 15-256. This is a communication from the Board of Assessors requesting acceptance of the adjusted exemption amount for Clause 17D, adjusted asset limit for Clause 17E, and adjusted income and asset limit for Clause 41D. Calendar item number 8, under committee reports. This is the Ways and Means Subcommittee report. In accordance with Rule 23 of the City Council Rules of Order, the following motions or communications are being reported out of committee with a recommendation that they be placed on file. Calendar item number 9. pursuant to Council Order 15-094. This is regarding a proposed ordinance amendment to Section I, Section 2.12.130, financial impact statements of the revised ordinances of the City of Revere. Calendar item number 10, pursuant to Council Order 15-162. This is regarding a communication from the mayor relative to a capital improvement plan for the City of Revere. Calendar item number 11. This is a communication from the Director of Finance relative to the fiscal year 2016 budget concerning personnel hirings, dated November 25th, 2015. Dear councilors, the FY 2016 budget approved by the City Council on June 22nd, 2015, reflected the best estimates that the finance team had at that time. All the information that was available was openly shared with your body and the public. Since that time, the need for additional appropriations has arisen. These additional appropriations are addressed in a communication from the mayor dated today. As for the new hires, since fiscal year 2016 budget was approved, I've attached for your edification the positions of those employees that were hired after that date. The positions were funded in FY 2016 budget. The Department of Public Works employed 2 employees for 90-day appointments, were to assist the department when 3 employees were injured on the job and were placed on the workers' compensation payroll. I have enclosed both an explanation of the realignment of the staff and the community development, economic development, along with a diagram of the duties. Further, there is a chart that demonstrates the full coverage of that department and the cost savings. The administrative assistant in the mayor's office was on a leave of absence for over a 2-month period. 3 employees were given 60-day appointments to cover that position. They were compensated at lower salary rate than the administrative assistant, who has since returned to work. This chart is forwarded with the explanation of any salary increases and/or hires. I will be in attendance at the Ways and Means Committee meeting to answer any further inquiries. Very truly yours, George M. Anzoni, Director of Finance for the City of Revere. Calendar item number 12. This is a communication from the mayor relative to an insurance reimbursement appropriation in the amount of $170,935. Dated November 25th, 2015, dear council members, the school department had experienced property damage at the Wayland School. The responsibility for the damage was attributed to a vendor who is doing the cleaning of the Wayland School. The public adjuster at the firm of Swirling Milton Winnick secured the necessary reimbursements from the claim that had been submitted to the vendor's insurance company. The amount received by the city was $170,935. In accordance with the Massachusetts General Laws as amended, Chapter 44, Section 53, I am requesting approval to appropriate these funds for necessary repairs. I respectfully request that the sum of $170,935 is to be appropriated to the insurance reimbursement account for the purpose of paying any and all costs to repair the damage at the Wayland School. The Director of Finance, George Anzoni, and myself will be available to answer any inquiries that your honorable body may have. Very truly yours, Daniel Rizzo, Mayor. Calendar item number 13. This is a communication from the mayor relative to the police Narcan stipend and Unit C contract and additional appropriations for the fiscal year 2016 budget to the insurance liabilities, Police Unit C, Parks and Recreation, and Revere Beach Sandcastle accounts. Dated November 25th, 2015, dear council members, after a review of the demands of the fiscal year 2016 budget that have occurred since City Council approval on June 22nd, 2015, 5 items have arisen that require additional appropriations. 1. As always is the case, the city seeks, with the assistance of a consultant, Doug Cameron, to secure the lowest cost and the most complete coverage on our property and vehicle liability insurance. After this process was completed, the results uncovered that the city is required to increase the liability insurance appropriations by $114,500. This appropriation will increase the insurance premiums account number 135-011357-570900 to a total of $978,197. Please remember the city had experienced significant losses when the EF2 category tornado that roared through this city on July 28, 2014. 2. As is the case throughout our nation, the devastating misuse and resulting problems with opioid addiction by the residents of Revere has increased. The life-saving measure that can reverse the opioid overdose is to administer naloxone, more commonly known as Narcan, intranasally. The fire department, during the last round of union negotiations, which in the final analysis was decided by the Joint Labor Management Committee through arbitration, had received a stipend of $500 per firefighter who would administer Narcan. The Police Patrolmen's and Superior Officers Union had requested parity in this area, although contract negotiations are ongoing, and in light of the increased need for the use of Narcan to save lives, I decided that a special agreement outside the contract was necessary. The terms of the agreement are the same as the firefighters, that is, $500 per police officer who would administer Narcan. The steps that are required to implement this agreement is first for your honorable body to approve the contract. Second, to appropriate $50,000 to the B2 schedule of the police department under the account titled Narcan. 3. The city has reached a contract agreement with Unit C Laborers International Local 22 for a period of 1 year. This union represents the call takers and dispatchers in the police and fire departments. As your honorable body has been made aware of in the past, the wheels are in motion for this bargaining unit to matriculate to the Regional Emergency Communications Center. This RECC will be a separate and distinct entity from both the City of Revere and the Town of Winthrop as required by the Memorandum of Agreement. This agreement for Unit C stipulates 1. The agreement is from July 1st, 2015 to June 30th, 2016. 2. Add 4 more holidays. 3. A one-time stipend, $1,000 for full-time employees who are doing the Emergency Medical Dispatching, EMD, $500 for the part-time employees who are doing the EMD, $200 for a full-time employee who has the certification for the EMD but are not performing the duty. A 1% increase from July 1st, 2015. The total cost of this agreement is calculated to be $24,000. The steps that are required are the City Council needs to approve the union agreement, then appropriate the $24,000 to the RECC salary account. Fourth, the Parks and Recreation Department seeks and requires an additional appropriation of $34,000 in the Youth Summer Jobs category, account number 016501-510800. Fifth, the last request for appropriation is $10,000 to the Revere Beach Sandcastle event, account number 016502-525600. I respectfully request that your honorable body approve these additional appropriations. These appropriations will not require any further appropriation from the Stabilization Fund. I would like to extend my appreciation to your honorable body for the consideration of these requests. The Director of Finance, George Anzoni, City Auditor Lori Giardella, and myself will be available to answer any inquiries you may have. Very truly yours, Daniel Rizzo, Mayor. Calendar item number 14, pursuant to Council Order 15-260. This is a motion presented by Councilors Janino and Powers that the mayor request the MBTA to relocate the bus stop on Revere Street to 101 Revere Street. The current location is disruptive to the homeowners. Calendar item number 15, pursuant to Council Order 15-261. This is a motion presented by Councilors Guanasso and Reardon that the City Council issue a certificate of commendation to Mr. Derek Cummings of Macobus Street in recognition of his outstanding efforts and contributions in support of charitable endeavors on behalf of the children of the world. Calendar item number 16, pursuant to Council Order 15-262. This is a motion presented by Councilor Powers that the mayor requests the Department of Veterans Affairs and the Department of Public Works to coordinate the installation of a veteran memorial on Fernwood Avenue in honor of Purple Heart recipient Army Private First Class Angelo Miliero. Calendar item number 17, pursuant to Council Order 15-263. This is a motion presented by Councilor Guanasso that the mayor requests the police department to investigate gang activity in the Revere Street neighborhoods. Many buildings are constantly being tagged with graffiti, which leaves a poor impression on the city. And finally, calendar item number 18, pursuant to Council Order 15-264. This is a motion presented by Councilor Zambuto that the mayor requests the Superintendent of Public Works and the Revere High School principal to appear before the City Council on December 7th, 2015, to discuss the egregiously disproportionate action taken against a Revere High School student for a comment made on social media in comparison to the other students who did not receive any action for their wildly racist comments in retaliation to the student's original comment. The Superintendent of Public Schools shall provide the City Council with an explanation specifically citing the policy or law that provides punishment for insensitive language and why the First Amendment does not apply in this case. And this has been before the Council. A reading of the Revere City Council Agenda for the meeting of Monday, November 30th, 2015. I'm Rick Promise, and I'll see you at the Council.